Hello, we're back for our 6th live today. We're doing a live every hour for 12 hours. This is our halfway mark. And we just got the intuitive hit to do it this morning. God was like, do it. And we both knew it and felt it, so it's happening. And this is also the 450th day since we became digital nomads. And for us, digital nomading has looked like we packed up our house. We were renting. We packed up our house, ended our lease, gave literally all of our stuff away except for what fits in 4 bins, plastic bins.
Just one too many already.
Right. And then and whatever we can carry in our Toyota Sienna minivan. At the time, it wasn't even our Toyota Sienna minivan. We got that partway through. We were driving dear friend's Ford Flex. And we were in our driveway. We had given all of our stuff away. The few bins were stored in another friend's garage. And we literally sat in the Ford Flex and we were like, all right, where are we going? And we pulled out and we've been going ever since. And it's been an adventure. We have had all sorts of adventures. We've been all over California, and some of Nevada. We haven't ventured yet into Arizona, but that's next.
It's in Nevada where we upgraded to a van.
Yes, and it's in Nevada where we upgraded to a minivan.
Which my dad had a lot to do with.
Yes. And it's just been such a journey. But the whole, for us becoming digital nomads, people do it for different reasons. They want to travel or things like that. But for us, it was really about living in faith in every single moment. It was about presence. We have had a very hurried life. And we're going from one thing to the next. And we were always in worry and fear and doubt and so in our heads. Even in our marital relationship, we used to argue a lot more and everything had to be figured out. And, that's what happens when we're in our heads, right? But as we really started, we felt the nudge and we said yes and we listened to our intuitions and we got on the road and we started digital nomading. And our digital nomad was like, where are we going next? And then we would, stay with a friend and then maybe stay in an Airbnb and then another Airbnb and then stay with family and then another Airbnb. And then, partway through it, we ended up going up and spending many, many months with my dad as he went through a health crisis and health journey and my mom. And we were part of that. And now we're on the road again. And it's been about presence. It's been about not thinking about the future and not thinking about the past, but being in the moment and in the present and having complete and total faith. So complete and total self-trust that we can handle this and complete and total faith that intuitively we will hear, understand, and know what God wants us to do next. And I would say that in the process of this, Cammie's calling. You want to go pop over there and grab her? Cammie's watching a video and it must have stopped. But one of the things that we've learned in the process of this is that, and it's the digital nomading in our car, just so you know, it's Francis and myself and Cammie, our 5-year-old, and then 2 of our 3 adult children, Ron and Katie, and 2 dogs. And we have giant dogs. We have a Greyhound and a Mastiff. And we are in a van, right? And we're going from place to place to place to place. And we have really learned what it means to have complete and total faith, that we are sourced and supported at all times, even when it doesn't seem like it. And being able to ride the waves. How is she doing? She's doing good. Okay. Being able to ride the waves of doubt, the waves of fear, alchemize all of that stress, fear, doubt when things didn't seem like they were going to work out right, or the money ran out, or We didn't know what was next. We didn't, we couldn't find a place, or the drive was too long. The times we've had to sleep in our car, like when we were able to take all of that, it's like the presence is the word that keeps coming through. But the other thing that comes through so strongly is that we learn to integrate rapidly because of this journey, and to do it synergistically with each other. And as all of us became more intuitively tapped in and more in complete and total trust that God Source Universe is sourcing us as individuals and collectively, because when we're sourced individually, we're also sourced collectively. It's always synergistic like that. Wow, it just transformed everything for us. And so how does this relate to Gematria readings and the readings that I'm doing? Well, case in point, the more that we leaned in on this faith, the more clearly we understood that sharing all of this and sharing how to alchemize, how to go through all of these processes was important. And this is what intuitive living actually is, which is one of the reasons why I've transitioned my company from being more focused on learning. My background, if you don't already know, is in traditional education. And then 3 years ago, I started my own micro school. And my micro school started as an alternative learning micro school environment. It then became an unschool, and then it became an intuitive unschool. And what I realized when I was doing the intuitive unschooling is that what I was really teaching the teens to do was to tap in intuitively to who they are. But what I also realized at the same time is you can't actually intuitively unschool unless everyone who's part of that learner's environment is also tapped in intuitively. So parents, mentors, friends, tutors, whoever is in that learner's realm. And so what I realized is that what I was actually here to do was to teach people how to, in the moment to moment, discrete moments, live intuitively, which is of course why we've been doing this digital nomad journey for 450 days now, because we've had to live in this way and integrate this in such a full and deep way. So of course this all ties back to why now Francis has joined my company, the Cambria Institute, as a Gematria reader, and how the timing of it is perfect because we have learned how to stand in our truths and really honor our spiritual gifts so that we can share them with you. So I just a whole bunch of talking about our digital nomad journey, but is there anything you wanted to add about like what your process has been in terms of like Gematria and how it relates to this, and or just anything that was popping in your head?
Well, I think I mentioned that before we started this, is that I think that the numbers it's kind of a sample or a model of what, all the stuff you described, which is life, just as in the numbers, things, I'm gonna get...
Here, see? You want to say hi, Cammy? Say hi. Here, wave.
Stay in your...
We're almost done, babes. Okay, so sorry, you were saying.
Yeah, I was just...
Hey there.
I was just saying that Gematria is sort of a model, where it's kind of just a slice, it's just numbers. It's just as you could see God's fingerprints in the numbers, and that's what, the numbers are supposed to show. At least, one part of it. It's life is much richer, much more complex, much messier, the numbers kind of show you that, that the richness of it, the variety of it, the multiplicity of life, it's kind of the same, that we could see it in the numbers. You could add, subtract, and you could see it in pi and figure geometry and all that stuff. Obviously life is much more complex than that, but it's kind of the same thing, if you pay attention. And that's what I'm starting to see. I want to confess that I'm starting to see that the numbers are just kind of a slice of that. That as I get deeper into it, really that's how life is. And I think that if we were really paying attention, we could see God's fingerprints not just in numbers, but obviously, and then you were saying that with our nomadic journey, you could see that in every part of life.
Yeah.
If we were watchful and attentive, you could see that.
Yeah. It's been amazing. Oh my gosh, it's been amazing. So, okay. Well, that's what we wanted to share. We will see you in an hour for number 7. Bye.